Good morning, everybody. I am still in auto. There we go. Now we're here. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Sorry about that. I'm a little sleepy. I am Amanda Gaudiosi, your host, and it's going to be a great show, guys. I am joined with Kangela Guerrero, my co-host.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, girl. We have Gwen Straitman, segment host.
Hi.
We have Riley Cupo, newscaster.
Hello.
And we have Emmy DiNovellis, our sportscaster. So we have a lot of great people in the room, and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. We're going to be reporting on the Biden administration cracking down on sneaky fees, hundreds gathering around for memorial and mourn services in honor of New Jersey council members, and so much more. But before we can get into all of that, we have a newscast.
All right. So today in top national news, the president of Turkey on Wednesday acknowledged his shortcomings in the country's response to the world's deadliest earthquake in more than a decade. With the confirmed death toll approaching 12,000, the Turkish president, and excuse me for this because I don't think I'm going to get this, Recep Tayyip the Turkish president, we're just gonna say that for the time being, visited with the especially hard hit Hitali Providence, with more than 3,300 people who died and entire neighborhoods who were destroyed. Residents have criticized the government's efforts, saying rescuers were slow to arrive. The president said, quote, it's not possible to be prepared for such a disaster. We will not leave any of our citizens uncared for. He also hit back at critics, saying dishonorable people were spreading lies and slander about the government's actions. And in New Jersey news, Murphy makes a $10 million push to pair cops with mental health workers on 911 crisis calls. A program pairing mental health workers with police responding to 911 for people in crisis in New Jersey will expand statewide after a pilot program showed it helped prevent some people from turning violent and improve their recovery. Governor Phil Murphy announced Wednesday, calling it a game changer. Murphy said the program, known as Arrive Together, would be the first statewide collaboration between law enforcement and mental health professionals in the nation. And we have some MSU news. If you have completed Gen Ed with a B- or higher, you may be eligible to apply for the student leadership position that is focused on mentoring new year students at MSU. There are several positions available, including orientation leader, university fellow, and both as a joint position. You can earn money for each role and gain a valuable experience mentoring. If you would like more information about these leadership opportunities, please visit the MSU First Year Experience Leadership page. We also have several virtual information sessions this week. Thursday, which is today, February 9th, there at 4:30, we've got a virtual one. And Tuesday, February 14th at Dixon Hall, at 178, room 178, there is going to be one at 11:30. And today's weather is 50 as a high with no wind chill.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Riley. All right, now we have a sports cast from Emmy. Woo!
Good morning, everyone. I'm Emmy DiNovellis, and we have a wide variety of sports to cover today. Kicking off with the doubleheader last night for Montclair State sports at Ramapo College, the Montclair State women's basketball team upset the Ramapo Roadrunners with a score of 60-53. Senior superstar Nikki Carter added 25 points to help her team get the win. For the men's basketball team, sophomore standout Mike Jackson notched 27 points, and senior Steve Bremen converted 25 points for their team to win against Ramapo in overtime 85-79. Both teams will be back at home to face the Kane Cougars on Saturday. Meanwhile, for the indoor track team, recently junior Owen Fogarty set a new school record for the pole vault, reaching a height of 4.57 meters, surpassing the previous school record of 4.45 set by Max Greenwood on February 6, 2019. Several New Jersey and New York teams have been and will be in action this week. On Monday, February 6, the New Jersey Devils defeated the Vancouver Canucks 5-4. Tonight, the Devils will be back on their home ice as they will take on the Seattle Kraken at 7 p.m. at the Prudential Center. While the New York Islanders easily defeated the Seattle Kraken 4-0 on Tuesday, the Islanders will host the Vancouver Canucks at UBS Center tonight at 7:30. On Tuesday night, the Brooklyn Nets fell just short to the Phoenix Suns with a final score of 116-112. The New York Knicks just beat the Orlando Magic with a final score of 102-98. The Brooklyn Nets will be back in action tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. to take on the Chicago Bulls at Barclays Center, while the New York Knicks will hit the road tomorrow to take on the Philadelphia 76ers tonight at 7 p.m. sharp as well. Finishing with football, the Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Kansas City Chiefs for their big game coming up on this Sunday, February 12th. Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes are set to make history this day. They are the first pair of black quarterbacks to face off head-to-head and lead their team to glory. Mahomes, who became the third black quarterback to win in 2020, is aiming to become the first black quarterback in NFL history to win multiple rings this year, while Eagles quarterback Hurts could become the fourth black quarterback to win the Lombard Trophy. Back to you, Amanda.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Super exciting stuff with sports coming up. It's gonna be very fun. All right, but we're gonna get into our first story. Just in this morning from the New York Times, sneaky fees continue to be a big part of America's consumer economy. Hertz charges almost $6 a day simply for using a toll transponder in a rental car. Marriott and Hilton add nightly resort fees to the bill, even at hotels that nobody would consider to resort. American, Delta, and United list one airfare when you first search for a seat and then add charges for basic features like the ability to sit next to your spouse. Ticketmaster is especially aggressive about imposing fees. President Biden had announced a crackdown on these fees, which his administration calls, quote, junk fees. And he devoted a section of his State of the Union address to them. Okay, that's crazy. I mean, I'm happy Biden is kind of talking about cracking down on these
Yeah.
fees because everywhere you go, there seems to be a fee on something.
Oh, on
Yeah.
everything.
I just bought big time rush tickets for me and my me and my mom.
Wait, that's iconic. First of
No,
all,
I know, but like the tickets to sit next to each other, like the fees for it were ridiculous. They were ridiculous.
and is this for like the concert ticket or for a plane ticket to get there? Or
the
like,
concert ticket? Because it's going to the
Wow.
New York one, so it wasn't even like but it was
Wow.
to sit next to each other, just in the theater, not the theater, the concert hall.
yeah. Can you imagine having to pay more money to sit next to somebody you know?
That's just weird to me. It's just weird. Everything has a fee now. I was
Everything.
just talking with my mom the other day because now with movie theaters, they're not even going to charge you with
my
AMC
gosh,
theaters. They're not even going to charge you just for the show. Now they're going to charge you based off of where you sit. So literally like
Really?
watching a concert, like they charge you like maybe floor, different for nosebleed seats. Now when you go to the movies, apparently that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, they're gonna
charge you if you sit in the back compared to the front. It's crazy.
They said like if you sit in the middle seats of a theater, like for a movie like AMC, you're gonna have to pay more money.
You're going to have to pay more.
Which is crazy because who wants to sit in the middle anyway? Like I'm always sitting in the back, to
I'm
be
gonna
honest.
sit in the back too.
I'm a middle girly, so it's a little
It's concerning then.
But yeah, that's even a fee too. And I think that's crazy, even if you want to sit next to someone now, like Miss Kupo here said, for a concert, not cool.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
not cool.
It really is. I just think like with Ticketmaster in general,
Yeah.
I'm over it because I am a concert goer. I love to go to concerts and
Yeah.
you know, me and my friends, like we wanted to go see Taylor Swift with the whole Taylor Swift Ticketmaster debacle,
Oh,
which was a
man.
huge thing.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna make us sit in a queue for hours, not even get the tickets, but then put those gigantic fees along with the ticket. Like Miss Girl, Ticketmaster, come on now. Like that's insane to me. Like you're buying a ticket that's already outrageous for where you're sitting. You're in the nosebleeds and the tickets are already like
Yeah.
$300 and then they add
It's
another
crazy.
like 150 on it
like
just for fees.
just for
Yeah.
fees. Listen,
It's ridiculous.
Inflation's already like pretty bad. So why do they need more money out of our pockets? That's the way
Facts.
that's my question.
That is tea right there. I just think everything is so expensive nowadays. We need to go back in time where
Yeah.
everything was a quarter. Like, let me tell you, like,
Oh
I'm
my
tired of
gosh,
living like this.
imagine.
I'm
That'd
tired
be
of
so
living like this.
nice.
It's annoying, but okay. I'm happy that Biden is,
Yeah.
he wants to crack down on this and, maybe get rid of some of these unnecessary fees. Because listen, we're just people trying to get through life,
No,
man.
seriously, and there's only
Mhm.
so much you can ask
Yeah,
of us citizens. Like,
I
half of us
agree.
are pulling out every dollar we have out of our pockets.
It's crazy. And the fees too, before we move on, are just so unnecessary and on the most random things. It like even if you're gonna like buy something, I understand shipping, but even shipping fees are so expensive. It's like, okay, you're gonna buy this item for $4, there's $20 shipping fee. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous, but there's gonna be a crackdown on it potentially. So I'm hoping for that.
Right then. So yeah, moving on to our next story. Really quick. Hundreds gather for a memorial and mourn service in honor of council members. So family, friends, and citizens are still mourning the slain and death of a council member, Eunice Dwumfor. Hundreds of people are gathered in honor the life of a Republican Sayreville council member who was gunned down outside of her home last week. Those who attended the service say that there is frustration that the person who killed the 30-year-old remains on the loose. They called the community to embrace her young daughter and to support her parents. Sayreville Mayor Victoria Kilpatrick says that Dwumfor's smile could be seen for miles. As the first Black woman to hold office in Sayreville, Kilpatrick says Dwumfor made a big impact in just a year in office. So we do wish them prayers, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So
Definitely.
sad. It's just always so sad to hear about these things. I mean, like Sayreville, I mean, that's still so near here, and
Mm-hmm.
I like gunned down outside of her house. It's just so horrible.
That's the thing. These things are happening in our neighborhoods. It's so close to us. It is sad, and thoughts and prayers go out to their families.
Absolutely.
But moving on, earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. We have live updates. The death toll of earthquakes in Turkey and Syria continues to soar past 12,000 and is expected to rise. The trembler has become the deadliest since Japan's 9.0 magnitude quake in 2011. Efforts to rescue survivors continue as frigid conditions hamper progress in some areas. The Turkish president has acknowledged problems with the relief effort after visiting the affected areas. Again, thoughts and prayers go out to Turkey and Syria. That is very, very scary.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, thoughts and prayers to them.
Yeah, we are, going to go to a very short break just to kind of let everything sink in. That was a lot to take in. I'm so
Yes.
sorry, but we're going to go to a quick break and we will be back. Claire. We just had to take a quick little break. We were talking about a lot of exciting things. So hopefully, everything will lighten the mood. But we're going to move on. We have some other top news stories.
Yes, we do. And we're talking about the mouse here himself. And here we got Disney over here laying off 7,000 workers worldwide. Now, more and more people are losing their jobs each day all across the country, but Walt Disney Company announced plans to lay off about 7,000 employees. The company stock increased immediately after the announcement, which was expected. Returning CEO Bob Iger is making a statement to his board about the company's finances moving forward. His goal is to cut more than $5 billion in costs, in part by consolidating divisions that make and distribute movies and television shows. But profits from traditional television have dropped, and none of the streaming services are making money. I mean, we can always just say the mouse owns all. And, we got to, it's whatever he says goes. But of course, this is very unfortunate. 7,000 workers. What do you guys think?
That's sad. I feel like not even in just Disney, a lot of people are losing their jobs lately, and it's so hard to find work nowadays, which is very stressful for someone who's just about to graduate college, but I digress. It is a bummer.
It is extremely, and it's crazy because I think any job you can look up all this information online and see what professions will be growing in the next couple of years. But it's like,
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of sources online where you can find different industries and professions that, hey, it's looking to grow this percentage in the next 5 years. But now with inflation and really just everything that's going on right now, I mean, these numbers could drastically change. And I think for a lot of these employees here at Walt Disney Company, once these numbers come out in the next, couple months, maybe give it a year or two, the numbers for the future too, they might not look too good. They might not look good at all.
Yeah, I don't know why that they're laying off so many people to begin with. Like, what is the reason?
Yeah, because Disney, I mean, it's a multi-million billion-dollar company.
Yeah, it's a huge brand, and I feel like there's always a need for people there.
I'm sure they're gonna need some people there. But yeah, I just hope these 7,000 workers can all find something, because
that's a lot of people.
like, how are they going to pay their rent, their mortgage, their taxes, their bills,
Yeah, and like we were talking about before with the fees, because this is crazy. Grocery store prices rose 13% over the last year, which, by the way, is definitely noticeable, because when I go to the grocery store, there's
The
no
prices have
way
changed.
like a single cucumber should be like $3. Like, to me, it's outrageous.
Seriously, like, chickens are walking out like Kardashians because the eggs these days,
That's
I
facts.
mean, they literally are like hot Cheeto girls, like in the barn, like they're ready, I mean, you're bougie if you got a pack of eggs at your house.
Did you see that they're smuggling eggs over the border from Mexico? Like, legitimately, they are. They are.
Really?
Imagine getting arrested because you were trying to smuggle eggs.
Wow.
I mean, but the prices definitely have 13%.
Everyone should invest in chickens.
No, seriously, everyone
It's
should.
true.
I
You
think
have
it's a
free
good
eggs.
investment.
Yeah, my brother raises chickens, and
That's
so
smart.
the prices went up, and he scoffed at it. Doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, because you
No,
get
he's
free
got them.
eggs.
I mean, hey, it's a good investment too. At this point, it could be a good investment. Have a couple
At the time.
chickens.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have like the added fees of
there
chicken
you
costs.
go.
It's just added
Exactly.
fees.
A pet.
That's
So
It's true.
Well, it's hard.
It's definitely hard out here. I feel horrible for these workers.
Yeah.
Disney especially, like, imagine just like getting laid off by Disney. It's like the happiest thing in the world, and it's like,
Yeah, that hurts actually. I feel like that stings a little more too, because it
it's
is
just
Disney.
such a positive and like heartwarming type of company. It's a place, so it's just, I just really hope that these workers do find another job as soon as possible, because I
do
know
too.
there's families involved here, there's children involved here, food, nutrition, like there's so many aspects involved in this. So
Agreed. But before we move on, I just want to say, why, if people are in such a demand, like companies and bosses, like restaurant people, are so in demand for people to work, but why are you not hiring anybody? Unless you
Yeah, I
are,
agree.
because this is where I'm at in the hiring process. You know, I'm about to graduate in a couple of months, so obviously I've been looking around and I apply for things, and then they get back to me and they're like, "Sorry, we found somebody more fit for the position." I'm like, "Okay,
Which is fine, but
which is
yeah.
we're totally understandable and fine, but okay,
Right.
but like."
But all you hear is people getting fired and getting laid off. It
Like,
just doesn't make sense.
I applied to a coffee shop who said we are urgently hiring, and they got back to me and said we found somebody a better fit. First of all,
You said you were urgent.
you were
That was
urgent.
quick.
that was quick, Miss Girl. They got back to me in a day. They're like, "We're fine." I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, let me just ignore that. I don't know. It's rough out here. I just hope everybody, you know, gets a job,
I hope so
make
too.
some money so we could
Mhm.
afford some eggs. But we're gonna move on. Biden calling out Republicans. So,
Ooh.
in honor of social media influencer fashion, President Biden calls out Republicans who booed him during his State of the Union address. The booing emerged when he accused them of wanting to cut Social Security and Medicare during his State of the Union address, pointing out that several of them have expressed support for those cuts. Biden said, quote, "My Republican friends, they seemed shocked when I raised the plans of some of their members and their caucus to cut Social Security, and Marjorie Taylor and others stood up and said, 'Liar, liar.' That would apply," the president said, "to programs like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid." So,
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's kind of crazy, first of all, that everyone just got up and booed him, because
Yeah.
I did watch the video and
I
they
did.
did boo him.
I did see that too. And Riley and I were talking about it like when we came into the studio this morning. I'm one that's like, listen, everyone is entitled to have their own opinion
Sure.
and you have to, agree to disagree. But like there's something called etiquette, okay? You are
Very
in a
true.
very, very like high profile, like very professional setting. Why are you booing? This is not Yankee Stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Are we
This
in
is
are we in third grade? Why are we standing up
Thank
going
you.
liar, liar?
like you forgot the pants on fire part. I mean,
It's giving
it's-
immature. Like,
you.
I
You're
don't
a grown
know.
adult. What kind of example are you trying to show kids?
Yes, I agree. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Just let's put our imagination caps on.
Yeah.
If and this is just my opinion, like does not reflect the station, anybody else. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
what if it was Donald Trump and the Liberal Party stood up and were booing him? There would be a huge thing.
Exactly. It
we
would be wrong both ways.
Liberals would be seen as so disrespectful.
We'd see
Blah blah
it's be-
blah.
we'd be seen
I
as-
just. And I'm not trying to fight right now because I'm not super political, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like, the fact that
same.
Republicans are doing that, I feel like not enough people are talking about how like rude it is.
I agree 100% with you, Amanda. It's have etiquette, if okay, you don't agree with it, but like, hello, that it's politics. You're not going to agree with everybody. And that's life.
I agree. I also feel like just if you have a problem with it, maybe like say something about it after, or even in a more respectful way.
In a
To be
more
fair, I don't know,
respectful
just
way. Thank you.
booing is so like
It's-
childish
It's
to me.
extremely childish, and
Yeah.
the fact that everybody in there, they're leaders, they're political leaders, and the fact that you want to sit there and boo, like, first of all, you're not doing a good job at representing your political party. You're not doing a good job representing your family. You're basically just an embarrassment to yourself.
I
It's
agree.
extremely immature.
Yeah, I know like Medicare, Medicaid, and like Social Security, all that stuff is like a huge
Yeah, it is
fighting point between, the Liberal Party and the Republicans,
Mhm.
or I keep saying liberal, Democratic Party and the Republicans. But
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing in my opinion. I feel like, some people have a hard time when they get older working. So, Medicare is a good option
Yeah,
for
it's
someone
a
who
good
can't.
option for someone who can't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of like agree with it, but that doesn't mean you should be booing like in
Yeah.
public like that, especially I would like literally be sitting there like a rock. Like, oh my God, I feel like if I just like move my arm the wrong way, like some security is gonna get me. Like, you just have to be very polite in that setting and very calm and collected.
I agree.
They're very bold for like even
They are
doing that.
bold.
I'd be
They are bold.
horrified if someone did that. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you're gonna
Politics is crazy. I
It's
feel like
so crazy.
that, I don't know. I wish
Sounds like a popularity contest. At
Yeah,
this point.
kind of. I feel like we could all.
It
I wish.
honestly is.
I wish we could all just get along, man. I don't know.
Seriously.
Like, we have to be booing each
I
other.
don't care if you're team donkey or team whatever the other whatever. It's
an elephant. It's an elephant.
I don't care if you're blue or red. If
Yeah.
you do the right thing and you're not killing anybody, like that's fine.
Mhm.
Agreed. Agreed. But
I
you
like
know,
that.
I think Medicare is a good option
Yeah,
again
same.
for people who can't work when they're older and they need they kind of rely on that money. I don't see it as a problem. So
Me
I'm
neither.
hoping nothing happens with that. But we're gonna take a really quick break. But then when we come back, we have an interview. So that's exciting. Stay tuned for that.
Hello there.
the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC
Hi. Can you
Montclair.
hear me?
We have an interview this morning, which is very, very exciting with Dr.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Can you hear us? I hope so. Well, anywho, we have an interview with a staff psychologist coordinator of equity, inclusion,
Can
and
you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh,
I can't hear you.
Okay, well,
Hello?
technical difficulties here.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Hi, welcome.
Am
Okay,
I live?
yes, you are live.
Wow. Okay. But not
Yes.
on Zoom, right? Okay.
Yeah.
On radio.
Yes. So, welcome. Sorry
Thank
about that. Little
you.
technical difficulties in the morning, but you know.
No problem. As long as I'm not being filmed and on TV and you have to see me, I'm good.
That's why I'm in radio.
Exactly.
All right. But awesome. So, yeah, we have a lot to talk about. You are a staff psychologist coordinator of equity, inclusion, and community initiatives here at our campus and counseling psychological services. And thank you so much for joining us
My
again.
pleasure. Yes, I am. I'm proud to be a Red Hawk. I've been at Montclair State for 16 years. Happy to talk with you.
Wow.
Thanks for having me.
Woo! Very exciting. Okay, but to start us off, what is CAPS and what service does it provide?
Excellent question to start with. It's counseling, and psychological services. We are a support resource on campus. We're located in Russ Hall. And we have a range of services that are offered to campus within Russ Hall at CAPS and also across campus. And we have a wonderful staff of clinicians who are psychologists, social workers, licensed counselors, a psychiatrist. We have a range of services, including individual short-term therapy, referrals off campus, psychiatry, a range of group options at our center and across campus. We do a lot of collaborations on campus as well with student groups and campus partners. And I know I'm missing stuff. We also have crisis services. We have after hours support resources. We have some online resources like Tau Connect Therapy Assistance Online. And my favorite is Let's Talk. We have a program that provides walk-in support across campus Monday through Friday at different locations.
All right. I mean, I'm happy to hear about that because, you know, I didn't know about this beforehand. So I think that's really awesome that our school has something so, you know, important.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
We really want to be there for the students, and we really believe that each student may reach out in different ways, you know, and so we want to provide a range of support also at different locations so that we can really increase access to support for our students.
That's amazing. I absolutely love that. And now I know you mentioned about Let's Talk. So can you go more in depth with what this is?
Sure, I would love to. Let's Talk was started 15 to 20 years ago by Cornell University in response to suicides that they had on campus. And I was at a conference with them. I was doing a presentation on multicultural outreach, and they were talking about their Let's Talk program. This was maybe about 13 years ago or so. Then I brought it to campus, and we've been doing it ever since. We started with a few sites. Now we're up to 9 sites. I always love to you know, really thank Cornell for creating this service, because it's been a prevention resource for our campus. It's been really well utilized, and I really want to keep getting the word out there. We are at 9 different locations, Monday through Friday, all days except for Friday. We have 2 time slots. It's really considered our drop-in or walk-in service rather than having it at our main CAPS clinic or center. We go to the students. So we provide these 90-minute time slots where students are, where they live, where they socialize, where they recreate, where they study, where they eat. So we're out there. We have locations in the library, in the Cells building, in Cole Hall, 3 in the student center now. And we're all over in Dixon. We used to have a site. We hope to get that back in Freeman across the dining room. So what we do is we really strategically place our locations based on the need, requests, of course, having the space. And also we really look at where the students are and where we can reach the most flow and range of students, and also be where some of the referral campus partners are. So for example, in Cole, we are located in the DRC suite. We're really near, of course, Panera. We're really near University College. It's like where everyone is. EOF is in that building. Advisors are in that building. So we really want to be there. And obviously the Student Center, we're on the 4th floor where the deans are. We are in CSI where the student activities are. We're in OSJD, the Office for Social Justice and Diversity, where the LGBTQ Center, the Multicultural Center, Center for Faith and Spirituality and Women's Center are, and obviously the library. And we really want to be there for a support. We really believe in not letting stuff build up.
Right.
And so students can go and talk about something when they're just having, like, say, a thought that they're stuck on, or an issue they've, wanted to come in for a while, but weren't able to. And now they see, oh, there's one in the Cells building and I'm at class. Let me just pop in.
Right,
We're
yeah.
hoping to really reach our students.
Absolutely. And I think that's great. You guys are everywhere. That's
Well,
awesome.
yeah, it's really important. I really appreciate that you guys are everywhere, because I went to a university before this and they did not have that. Like there were
Mhm.
no mental health resources at all. And it was hard for the students there. A lot of us
Yes.
struggled because we didn't have those resources. So for you to list all of the buildings you guys are in,
I love that.
Yes,
Ye-
we're very proud of that. And we're also very thankful because it really requires, office space, even for a 90-minute slot, the same time every week. It's a hot commodity on this campus, and so we really count on campus partners to offer us their space for that time every week. And then we also try to have the same counselor in that time slot every week. So for example, the Wednesday 11 o'clock one is 11 to 12:30 is mine in the student center. Kabir Williams, that's his in the Office for Social Justice and Diversity. So we're as examples, and we do sometimes cover for each other, but for the most part, that's our time slot. And of course, we don't have time for me to go into who's at each one, but please do check out the website, and where our staff directory is, you can see which counselor is at which site. And also two very, very, actually, I can think of 3 very important things. One is that all of our services are confidential. All of our services are paid for in the student services fee. Also, we have 2 sites that are on Zoom. The Zoom locations, we started those, of course, in 2020 after COVID started, and we want to keep those as options for students who might want to come to Let's Talk, but they can't make it to campus. They can also just click on the Zoom link that's on our website, and during that 90-minute slot, they can see a counselor. I also, if it's okay with you, if I could share a little bit about how it works, just to let students know.
yeah, that's awesome.
So basically, first of all, anyone can, sometimes there's some stigma of coming to the counseling center and going to, counseling and psychological
Right.
services. So if you're an RA, if you're a student leader, if you're a friend who's concerned about someone, if you're a faculty, if you're a staff, and you're like, oh, I don't know if this student's going to be ready to come to CAPS and make an appointment and really do that. You can always send them to Let's Talk, because that's just a one-time, no appointments needed. It really works like office hours kind of with a professor, where it's first come, first serve. You show up. We see each people on average about 15-20 minutes. It's pretty solution focused. It's pretty informal. It's not therapy. It's really drop-in consultation and support for whatever issue a person's having. It could be something like coping with something that happened. It could be a microaggression, it could be something in a class. It could be a friend issue, a text that they got, something they're dealing with in social media. Or it could be that they aren't ready to come to CAPS, but this feels a little, I don't have to make a commitment to weekly sessions or groups or anything. Let me check it out. So I would say about half of the people we see, this is their first step to CAPS, and then it's kind of a shortcut into CAPS, and we can help ease the transition to increase that access to the other CAPS resources that we have. We found that really works. For some students, they're fine just going on an as needed basis to one of our locations. Some students check them all out and then they pick a favorite, and then some students do want to take that next step to making an appointment at CAPS and doing some of our other services there. And so it's really a range of what we offer, and we can help be that bridge for students.
That's awesome. Really, really great.
Mhm.
So since your specialty is equality and inclusion, it's also said that one of your professional interests is women of color, international students, and much more. So how has CAPS helped out with not only students, but students who fall into this category?
We part of why we have Let's Talk and why we have a range of resources is because across cultures, and we have such beautiful diversity within our campus, that actually brings a lot of different needs, different views towards therapy and what people need. So we really want to create a range of services. And so that is part of it. Some cultures, there's some stigma. I feel after COVID that has really decreased, which is so great. It's kind of become a little more okay to seek help. And I think people have recognized we all have issues, we all have stuff, we all have needs, but also I think COVID, has really impacted certain populations more than others. And so we really want our students of color, our BIPOC community to really know that we are a support and we offer a range of services. And sometimes people don't want, I think there's this myth, sometimes psychology and therapy hasn't really been depicted on TV and movies in the best light, and people are like, ooh, depending on what they've watched, they're just not I don't need that, or in some cultures, it might be seen as weakness, or I shouldn't need that. I'm bright, I'm competent, I'm capable. But, we really want students to know that, first of all, when you're dealing with stress, when you're dealing with change, when you're dealing with transition, which all students are, that can impact you, that can impact your sleep, your focus, your mood, your functioning. And so you don't have to let it build up. Something happens, let's say, to a student who's from, a minoritized, community, let's say a microaggression in a class or from a peer or from a roommate or literally just listening to the news and social media, you can
Yes.
get re-triggered. You can get triggered by something. And we don't want our students to feel alone. We want them to be able to have a place to come. And also, Let's Talk is a one-on-one service. That was my other point that I missed, is that some people think it's a group and they're like, ooh, I don't want that because I don't want to be talking to a bunch
Right.
of people. I really just want one person. So Let's Talk is a one-on-one, just like office hours with a professor. But then another person might really want connection. They really might want to connect, say, with other students of color. So for that, for example, we have our new Living in Color support group for students of color. We have a support group also for men, that it's a new group that we've started, and we have groups for just different needs as well, a chronic illness group, for example, a trauma group, for example. And so we really recognize that people have different needs and find different things helpful. And so we really want to be there in different ways for our students.
Right. Absolutely. That's amazing, especially with February being Black History Month. I think it's awesome that we're definitely
Absolutely.
seeing the equality here on campus, especially through
Absolutely.
mental health.
Absolutely. And that also, makes me think about our outreach. We really try to connect with students in their worlds, so Black History Month activities, for example, we want to build relationships with our Black students, our Asian students, our Latinx, and all of our student communities, and our staff and our faculty. And so we try to be out there as much as we can, so that students see us and know us so that they can trust us. So we have a wonderful outreach coordinator, for example, Tiffany Cyprian, who's out there doing programs with our students. We're collaborating with our cultural student groups. We're collaborating with our LGBT Center. We're collaborating with our Office for Social Justice and Diversity, with EOF, so that we can really link with our campus partners who might be more connected with students as
That's
well.
awesome.
Right.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, as a Latina myself, I have to say you guys do an awesome job, because I definitely have heard of you guys on campus.
Oh,
And
I'm so glad.
oh, yeah, definitely. And of course, we have one more question for you, Doctor, and I'm going to leave
Absolutely.
it to my host, Amanda.
Thank you, Kangela. But I know you said before where students can reach CAPS, but if you could just quickly remind us and our listeners where students can reach out if they need it, because we really appreciate it.
Of course. So please check out our website as well. And you can call 973-655-5211. 973-655-5211 to call CAPS and schedule an appointment. You can go to any of our Let's Talk sites. If you choose to call CAPS after hours, you can press 2 and be contacted with an after hours
Oh, wow.
counselor. I also want to let folks know about TAL Connect, Therapy Assistance Online. You can go to our website and there's instructions on how to sign up for it. There's also a QR code that you can get from some of you'll see our outreach flyers and things around campus. And when we're out at tabling and outreaches, please stop by and, you can get some of our written resources as well, old school. And you can register for TAL Connect. It's online. resources, kind of like self-help books, but a little more interactive. And you can do that on your own time, so just log in with your Montclair State email. So we're really trying to be out there in very different ways. And we really appreciate you all helping us get the word out there.
Absolutely. Of
course.
course.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Doctor. We really appreciate it. And, mental health is something that doesn't just go away at any certain time. So I really appreciate that you guys have after hours
It's
time.
my pleasure. And we're all, we all have stuff. We all
Of
have
course.
stress. We all have issues. And so we
Absolutely.
are here. Thanks
Well,
very much for having me.
Thank you
Of course.
so
Thank you so
much.
much for coming onto the show.
Take care.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Really enlightening. But for everyone listening, if you're a Montclair State student, that is a really awesome resource to have. All right. We are going to take a very, very, very quick break, and we will be right back. All right, we are back with the morning buzz. Sorry, y'all, we just had to take a quick break, let that really awesome interview just marinate in our brains. But now we have a very awesome segment from Gwen. Woo!
Wow. Hello. Hi, I am Gwen Streitman, and this is your little segment on all things art in the local Montclair area and just in general. So, here's what we have for WMSC promotions. As a reminder, our first giveaway of the semester is Colony House. The concert will take place on March 7th at Irving Plaza. Colony House is an indie rock band from Tennessee made by brothers Will and Caleb Chapman, along with members Scott Mills and Park Cottrell. The giveaway will be open from February 12th to 18th, opening next week. Yay! So exciting. Our next giveaway of the semester is Emotional Oranges. The concert will take place on March 10th at Brooklyn Steel. Emotional Oranges is an R&B group from California, and the giveaway will be open from February 19th to the 25th. Our next giveaway of the semester is Freddie Dredd. The concert will take place on March 15th at Music Hall of Williamsburg. Freddie Dredd is a hip-hop artist from Ontario, Canada. The giveaway will be open from February 26th to March 4th. Our last giveaway of the semester is Microwave. The concert...
Microwave.
Sorry, I was
Yeah,
not
no.
expecting that. That's great.
The concert will take place on March 23rd at Racket NYC. Microwave is an indie rock band from Georgia. The giveaway will be open from March 5th to March 11th. To participate in these giveaways, you can visit our website, wmscradio.com. For MSU events, the Montclair State University Department of Theater and Dance presents Everybody by Brandon Jacobs Jenkins. It's a wildly fresh, seriously funny, and deeply human meta story that asks the big questions about what it means to live and what it means to die, if anything, and how we might travel through the world with a bit more grace and compassion. The play will take place in Life Hall Studio 1200 and will open next week on February 16th. Montclair State University Department of Theater and Dance presents Elephant's Graveyard by George Brandt. When a traveling circus arrived in muddy Tennessee town in 1916, the hunger for spectacle and the power of hysteria collided and took a tragic turn. Based on a true story, Elephant's Graveyard recounts why the hanging execution of a gigantic elephant happened, with personal narrative and lush theatricality that will reverberate long after the curtain goes down. The play will take place in Alexander Kasser Theater and will open on February 25th. So for local shows, one local venue is Crossroads in Garwood, New Jersey. Tonight, February 9th, Crossroads has a rock concert with performances by Tenpenny, Mission Control, Heavy Flow, and Guesstimate. The doors will open at 7 p.m. and it is open to all ages. And the thing that you said after my first the first one where you said, Amanda, where you said all the rock bands have like these weird names, I think about that every single time I write these.
Microwave. That's kind of
That's truly original.
it's true. Like you have to take like an adjective and then just like a random word or like a verb, like action verb. Like
It's just microwave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we eat it
I don't
up
know.
every time.
yeah, we really be eating up.
Oh my gosh.
Another local venue is Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey. Tonight, February 9th, Dingbats has a punk concert with performances by Chemical X, Regicide, This Island Earth, and Poison Ivy. The doors will open at 7 p.m. and it is open to all ages. Another local venue is Debonair Music Hall in Teaneck, New Jersey. Tomorrow, February 10th, Debonair Music Hall has a ska/punk concert with performances by Hub City Stompers, Disposable, and the Skells. The show is at 7 p.m. and it is open to all ages. And then another local venue is the Meat Locker in Montclair, New Jersey. Sunday, February 12th, the Meat Locker has a punk concert with performances by Organ Dealer,
Wow.
Mirda, Bot Lam, and Sonia.
Oh my gosh. Now I just saw that. Oh my gosh.
The doors will open at 8 p.m. and it is open to all ages.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
In new music releases, Pink Panther has released a remix of her single "Boy's a Liar" with Ice Spice. The song is titled "Boy's a Liar Part 2." Ray released her new album, My 21st Century Blues. Lizzie McAlpine released her new single, Hold On, from the Apple TV show Dear Edward. Indigo D'Souza released her new single, Younger and Dumber. Irish rock band Inhaler released their new single, If You're Going to Break My Heart. Hemlock Springs released her new single, Stranger Danger. The Smashing Pumpkins released their new album, Atum Act 1 and 2. Young Lean released his new album, Sugar World, under the name Jonathan Leandower 96. And two releases coming out tomorrow. Pierce the Veil is releasing their new album tomorrow called The Jaws of Life. And Paramore is releasing their new album tomorrow titled This Is Why. So excited for that. And then lastly, for tour announcements, See Here Now announced their set list with headliners The Killers, Greta Van Fleet, Foo Fighters, and Weezer. The festival is September 16th to 17th in Asbury Park, New Jersey. And then Big Time Rush announced their tour with guests Max and Jax. I know you are excited,
I'm
Riley.
gonna be there. I'll be there.
The tour will be coming to New Jersey at the PNC Bank Arts Center on June 30th. Lovely the Band announced their tour with guest Beach Weather. The tour will be coming to New York at Webster Hall on June 28th. And lastly, Rebecca Black announced her tour. The tour will be coming to New York at Elsewhere Hall on May 6th.
All right, we got a pretty good lineup here.
Y'all don't even understand how excited and how long I have been waiting for the new Pierce the Veil album. I am so looking forward to listening to that at midnight.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to be crying.
gotta give it a
It's-
chance.
It's been 7 years. That's how you
It
know
was
I'm
long.
old.
I've heard
Wow.
of Pierce the Veil, but never like.
I play them every week on the morning bus.
So then I've probably heard of them, but I need to like dig into their discography a
Please.
bit.
Pierce the Veil, you know, they're a great band. I mean, I might be biased because they are my favorite band and I have seen them in concert, but you know, I think they have music for everybody. Even if you're not really into like the screamo type music, I think they have music that isn't so like heavy too. Like they have a great variety. I love them. They're great. But yeah,
Oh
it's
my
6
gosh,
years since their last album. So
wow.
you guys know
It's crazy.
I've been waiting, girls. I've been waiting. But yeah, so super exciting stuff coming out. Thank you, Gwen, for like, enlightening us and letting us know about all this stuff. Super cool stuff in the music scene, especially
Definitely.
organ donor. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it is officially 8:03 a.m. here on the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We made it.
We did. Oh
We
my gosh, we made it
made
to
it.
chaos hour.
We made it past all of the hard news, but we're here. We are ready to
Have some fun. With some
have
fun news.
some fun. But it is newscast time. So Riley Kupo.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So in top national news, the president of Turkey on Wednesday acknowledged shortcomings in his country's response to the world's deadliest earthquake in more than a decade. With the confirmed death toll approaching 12,000, the Turkish president visited the especially hard-hit Hatay province, where more than 3,300 people died and an entire neighborhood was destroyed. Residents there have criticized the government's efforts for saying rescuers were slow to arrive. The president said, quote, "It's not possible to be prepared for such a disaster. We will not leave any of our citizens uncared for." He also hit back at critics, saying dishonorable people were spreading lies and slander about the government's actions. And at New Jersey news, Murphy makes a $10 million push to pair cops with mental health workers on 9/11 calls crisis. A program pairing mental health workers with police responding to 911 calls for people in crisis in New Jersey will expand statewide after a pilot program showed that it helps prevent some people from turning violent and improve their recovery. Governor Phil Murphy announced Wednesday, calling it a game changer. Murphy said, the program known as Arrive Together would be the first statewide collaboration between law enforcement and mental health professionals in the nation. And MSU news. If you have completed Gen Ed 199 new student seminar with a B- or higher, you might be eligible to apply for student leadership position that is focused on mentoring new first-year students at MSU. There are several positions available, including orientation leader, university fellow, and both combined. If you would like more information about these leadership opportunities, please visit the MSU First Year Experience Leadership page. We also have several virtual information sessions this week. Today at 4:30, there's a virtual session, and Tuesday, February 14th at 11:30 in Dickinson Hall 178, there is an in-person session. Today's weather is 50 as a high with no wind chill.
Yay.
Beautiful newscast, Riley.
Yeah, I'm just so happy we're having warm weather, even if it's just a little bit.
Yes.
Honestly, Puxatawny Phil did not know what he was talking about because
No, he wasn't, because this weather is looking nice.
yesterday was beautiful. I went on a hike with my friends. I went to the park. We played outside. Yes. Okay. Listen, I'm 22 years old. I do
It's
not
still
care.
fine.
You can
I-
never be too old to
No,
play
I-
outside.
Right, exactly.
Oh, second class came back. I took my jacket off and I walked without a jacket. It was nice.
It was like a
was.
miracle, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What's happening?
I'm so excited, but warm weather calls for some sports. Am I right?
Sports.
Am I right?
If you're just tuning in now, good morning, everyone. I'm Emmy Dunavellis, and we have a wide variety of sports to cover today. Kicking off with the doubleheader last night for Montclair State Sports at Ramapo College. The Montclair State women's basketball team upset the Ramapo Roadrunners with a score of 60-53. Senior superstar Nikki Carter added 25 points to help her team get the win. For the men's basketball team, sophomore standout Mike Jackson notched 27 points and Steve Bremen converted 25 points for their team to win against Ramapo in overtime, 85-79. Both teams will be back at home to face the King Cougars on Saturday afternoon. Meanwhile, for the indoor track team, recently, junior Owen Fogarty set a new school record for the pole vault, reaching a high of 4.57 meters, surpassing the previous school record at 4.45, set by Max Greenwood on February 6, 2019. Several New Jersey and New York teams have been and will be in action this week. On Monday, February 6th, the New Jersey Devils defeated the Vancouver Canucks 5-4. Tonight, the Devils will be back on their home ice as they take on the Seattle Kraken at 7 p.m. at the Prudential Center. While the New York Islanders easily defeated the Seattle Kraken 4-0 on Tuesday, the Islanders will host the Vancouver Canucks at UBS Arena tonight at 7:30 p.m. On Tuesday night, The Brooklyn Nets fell just short to the Phoenix Suns with a final score of 116 to 112. And the New York Knicks just beat the Orlando Magic with a score of 102 to 98. The Brooklyn Nets will be back in action tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. to take on the Chicago Bulls at the Barclays Center, while the New York Knicks will hit the road tomorrow to take on the Philadelphia 76ers at 7 p.m. sharp as well. Finishing with football, the Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Kansas City Chiefs for their big game coming up this Sunday, February 12th. Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes are set to make history on this day. They are the first pair of Black quarterbacks to face off head-to-head and lead their team to glory. Mahomes, who became the third Black quarterback to win in 2020 and is aiming to become the first Black quarterback in NFL history to win multiple rings this year, while Eagles quarterback Hurts could become the fourth quarterback to win the Lombardi Trophy. Hope everyone's excited that it's almost Friday. Back to you, Amanda.
Awesome.
Great sports cast. Emmy?
Yeah, thank you so much. I would just like to say I am right now signing up for the Pierce the Veil's listening party.
Oh my God.
They're doing a live listening party, so I will be joining that at midnight. That would be
Nice.
very exciting. But moving right along, we have everybody's favorite segment. Am I in the wrong? Woo!
Yes.
You know, this is my favorite. I don't know. You know,
I love it. I'm looking at the title of the first one, and we just always get this type of topic.
yeah, I love
We're
it.
like, we just love here. We
We
love
really do.
It's almost
love-
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
True.
perfect occasion to read this our
True.
first Am I in the Wrong?
Yes, so join us as we deep dive into the world of Reddit and messy situations. Disclaimer, these stories are not our personal experiences. They are just stories from Anonymous on Reddit. All right, are y'all ready?
Yes, I'm so ready.
All right. Am I in the wrong for not inviting my unsupportive sister to my wedding? I, 24 female, got engaged to Derek with 2 R's. 30 male 1 month ago. Prior to that, we had known each other for 6 months. Wow. Okay. I know that's not a long time, but when you know, you know. We are madly in love and ready to commit ourselves to each other fully. My sister, 26, has a problem with that, though. She was supportive of my relationship with Derek with 2 R's before we got engaged. When I sent her a text telling her we were engaged, she responded just by saying, "Congratulations." That no emojis, people. That's,
Just
concerning.
congratulations.
Then, when I saw her the week after that, she got all serious and said I should strongly reconsider the marriage. She told me I was young and could meet people I loved more. That was offensive to me because I love Derek more than anything. And she's basically saying that my love isn't important. She also said that Derek and I should date for longer before we got married. But we are fully committed to each other, so we might as well get married and be recognized as soulmates in the eyes of the law. Anyway, the conversation was so hurtful to me. I eventually asked her very directly, quote, "Do you support me marrying Derek?" She said no. So I stood up, told her she shouldn't be at the wedding, and if she didn't want us to get married, and I left. I haven't talked to her since, although she's texted me multiple times asking to talk. Derek and I were working on the wedding guest list yesterday, and we both agreed my sister should not come if she doesn't support us. So we are planning not to invite her. I mentioned this to my friend yesterday, and she pointed out that it may be a little rude of me not to invite my sister. So am I wrong for not inviting my unsupportive sister to my wedding?
I think she's kind of in the wrong.
I'm also like very in the middle just because like it has only been 6
6
months and
yeah.
she's just stating her opinion. Well, to be
Right.
fair, my mom and dad got engaged after 3 months of meeting each other. So
my
I guess
parents got engaged like after 9 months of dating, but
Wow.
they knew each other since they were kids. so-
really?
Yeah, they only
That's
knew
cute.
of each other. It wasn't like they were best buddies.
I
so
do
it was
have to
really-
admit, like sometimes you just you know when you know, like my parents. I'm gonna give you guys a little timeline.
Go for it.
They met February 1999. They got
Okay.
engaged May 1999, married October 99, and then I was born March 2000. And my brother was born September 2001. So,
Wow, they really fast tracked.
they were
that.
going quick. Listen.
Yeah.
They were going quick with everything. But, I guess sometimes when you know. Like, you
Yeah,
meet someone and
you
that's
definitely do know. But I can understand the sister's concern.
I do
though,
too.
But it's not like the sister's doing anything like, to hurt
Malicious.
them or malicious. And she even said that her sister did text her back to want to
Yeah.
speak again, maybe
Yeah.
have, maybe just talk about it more. So I think she's kind of in the wrong for wanting to,
Not invite her.
yeah, just a little
I
bit.
agree. I mean, 6 months is quick, but I'm not mad at her for that because when you know, obviously.
Right, yeah.
It's more the fact that like you should still at least invite her. If she doesn't decide to come, that's on her.
Right, then
Yeah.
that'll probably be okay, fine. But I think sending an invitation at least. And I mean, if anything, like you can always be engaged and not get married right away.
Very
That
true.
does work too.
I know people
Yeah.
that get engaged and then don't get married for like 3 years after
And
just because it's not right. They're not, it's not
okay,
right, you know?
right, because you want to also just like enjoy your honeymoon phase together. I mean, after the wedding, of course, but 6 months.
I personally don't think I could marry someone after only knowing them for 6 months.
I
because-
personally
Yeah.
can't.
I mean, we
either.
talked about this morning, like you see the real side to people sometimes.
Yes, you do.
Uh,
And you
after a
gotta
while.
give it, you have to give
Mhm.
it time. Sometimes it's quicker than other times. Sometimes it takes a while, but you've got to give it. It's you
And
don't really see that.
sometimes you're with someone and they're great, but the second you get married, they turn to
Yeah.
a completely different person.
Yeah, because
and-
marriage. I think marriage can change people. I mean, it
Mhm.
changes. It just changed everyone. Obviously, it's a whole different lifestyle. It's a huge milestone in your life.
And a huge commitment.
It's a huge commitment, which is why she's not like the sister said, like maybe you should reconsider this.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she doesn't want to shut down like, oh, you can't see this person at all. I think if that like topic came up of them at least just being engaged, maybe give it a year.
Yeah. Emmy, what do you think?
Yeah.
I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, Emmy, I want to know what you think.
My biggest thing is that Derek agreed to not invite the sister to the wedding. Like, I think that's so
a
out of
good-
pocket of him.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they have to like live with each other and experience it more. Like, yeah, you could totally be engaged, that's fine, but like you don't have to get married right away. I don't know. Something's up with him. I
That's a
feel
very
like with
good
them.
point.
Fact
Because he
that he
has 2
agrees.
R's. It's because he's got 2 R's.
Derek.
No,
Yeah.
that's a very good point, Emmy, that I didn't even like really think about. I feel like even if it would have caused the fight, he should have at least been like, you know what, maybe we should reconsider and invite your sister because she's your sister. More, he was just like, yeah, we should invite her
I agree.
because she doesn't like us.
I get that like she's being unsupportive, but she's just being like the older sister.
think
Like
so, too.
giving her what her
yeah,
what
like
she
she's
thinks is
just
best.
looking out for her. I mean, like,
exactly.
they've only known each other for 6 months. Like you don't know, and like she's right to be like, oh well,
Concerned.
like maybe you should spend more time with him before you get married, and she should invite her to the wedding. That is kind of horrible that
Yeah,
she
I
wouldn't
think-
invite her own sister to her wedding.
I agree. And
Yeah.
Emmy makes a good point too. Like the fact that Derek jumped
Mhm.
in and said, you shouldn't invite her. Like
Yes.
Yeah,
that could
like that's
bring a
not his
lot of
place.
Yeah, and I feel like she shouldn't ignore her calls
Mm.
because your in-laws,
Mm.
you don't want to have a bad relationship with in-laws.
That's very
I'm big
true.
on that. Like if I don't get along with my in-laws, like I'll die inside. Like I'm
You're
gonna be
right.
so sad.
At that point, it isn't worth it. But
no, it's not. It's
what
supposed
is-
to be like family.
that's exactly. But what do you guys think?
I think she's in the wrong.
In the wrong?
I agree.
I'm going to lean towards in the
And
wrong.
Reddit agrees that she's in the wrong. So, I mean, I hope she invited her, I guess.
I hope she did. Hopefully things turn around for the best.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So, yeah, we're going to move on to our next story of Am I in the Wrong? So, am I in the wrong for telling my son that he is obviously gay? Right.
Yikes.
Whoa.
You guys ready for this one?
I'm ready.
All right. So, my son, 17, has apparently been in the closet for the past 7 months. So, my son is fairly masculine, straight, acting. However, he's obviously had a boyfriend, 18, for the past 7 months. He sometimes baby talks to this boy, hugs him all the time, has called him handsome, shares clothes, and sits way too close to each other. They're basically cuddling. He closes his bedroom door with him, but not for other friends. Sees him every day and buys him gifts. For the past 7 months, he now always smells great and has his hair fixed really nice and dressed as nicer, among other things. Today, I asked my son if I was going to invite his boyfriend on our trip, and he got awkward and said, "That's not funny, Mom." I asked him what he meant, and he said, quote, "I'm straight. That's not funny." I laughed, and when I realized he was serious, I started laughing even harder. I told him he was obviously in a relationship with a guy and did a terrible job at hiding it. He got emotional and started asking me not to tell his dad. My husband already knows. Like I said, it was obvious. Then he got upset saying I outed him when he wasn't ready. He hasn't said a word to me in a couple of days. Am I in the wrong?
Yes.
That's
You
so
sh-
horrible.
You should not out someone until they are ready to come out to you, even if they are your child, your anyone, your friend. You shouldn't out somebody if they're not ready to come out.
Right. And I think it's definitely an awkward position because of the way the events happened. She knew it was obvious, but
Yeah.
for her to approach the conversation and the topic saying, oh, so are we inviting your boyfriend to the trip, and then laughing, I think if you really I'm not really too much with this, like I don't know, like if I were in that position, like I would probably want to sit down and be like, hey, like I noticed this and that, like I just want you to know, like if what I'm assuming is true, like I'm here for you, like it's
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay.
that's a much better way to approach it.
Because like I don't, again, like I want them to tell me when they're ready, but still, like if I do notice it and it's my son,
Yep.
but laughing in their face and then directly
That's
just
mean.
saying like, oh, are we inviting your boyfriend? Like that's not
Like, that's
something
mean.
you say.
I mean, I have a lot of friends like in the LGBTQ plus community, and like one thing I always hear is that even if they act gay and like heavy quote like act gay,
Yeah.
doesn't mean you should just assume that they are and just be like, oh well, it was obvious, like we already knew. Like that's like something really hurtful that you say to someone. Like you shouldn't just be like, oh, we knew, girl, we knew.
Right.
That's by far the worst thing.
It's like,
someone could say to
okay.
you, like, and I mean, well, no, I mean, obviously someone could completely reject it, but like being told, oh yeah, like this is something that like we know, it's like
Yeah.
It's just
not
hurtful.
the answer you want either.
Mhm.
And like coming out is like a super like personal and a super like emotional thing for some people, and like just to like have the parent just like toss it aside and just be like, no, like I know you're gay, like you don't have to hide, as if like society isn't constantly pushing against like queer people.
Agreed.
Like
To be fair, I feel like she thought in her mind it was right.
yeah, no,
Like-
see,
Yeah, I
like it's
agree.
it's definitely like I don't think the mother is a terrible person. Like it's definitely just like that
Mhm.
generational divide and just like the thing that like
exactly.
yeah, like and
She
It's the
probably thought
generational
like,
divide.
oh, if I'm like making it a joke, like I'm inviting him on the trip, I'm being accepting when like he obviously was like not ready.
It's a developing
Oh, I
topic for
thought-
sure. Like Gwen said, it's the generational thing. Like she probably didn't think she was doing anything wrong. Now our generation in 20 something years, when we have our kids, it's gonna
Oh,
be
God.
different.
yeah.
You know, I'm
Only
sure it'll
20
be
years.
different.
Oh, I'm terrified. 30.
So maybe 20, 30 years, but
Uh.
it'll be different. We'll know, like, again, we right now we're dealing with that generational thing. It's still very like, what do you do? A lot of adults like, what do we do in this case? Because it's not, everything's more open now.
Have you guys ever seen the show? What should you do, or what did
I
with
do
John
with
Quinones?
John Quinones. I love
That's a
that
good
show. I really
show.
hope one day like I end up on that show.
Yes.
Like I just
You
hope
better
that
hope
I'm
you're
like,
doing the right thing.
no, yeah,
That's
it's
true.
surprise. I've seen so many like
Oh my God. Can you imagine someone comes up to you and you're like, what? And like, they're just like,
No.
you're being filmed for what do you do?
what would you do?
What
It's-
would you do?
I think there was an episode of What Would You Do with something like this. Like they literally in public, it was like a diner or something. It was definitely a Jersey diner, I'm sure, because that's
Well,
where
they
it
film
always
in
goes.
Jersey.
Yeah, they film in Jersey, and I'm just like, they literally,
God, I want to be
they
on that show
just
so bad.
I know, right? They like bashed their son or daughter, whoever it was, in the middle of the restaurant, like out loud. Like that's where I would want to be on the show and say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that to your kid. Somebody get John Quinones out here. Like
Right?
this is so
Oh my
wrong.
God. There's so many episodes that I know I would be speaking up.
You
Like
do
I would say
so
something.
good.
But then there's some episodes where I sit back and observe, and I was on the show, I'd be the person kind of like observing, kind of
It's
just
just
looking. Because like this is not my place, like
You'd be scared.
like the ones when they're yelling at their kids, like this is not my place. Like I really do not want to step in. But when
Like, do you want the mother to like yell at you?
right?
It's
Oh,
also
that
like
happened.
those things that they
Actually.
say though. It's just some parents like they say things that are so wrong.
I've actually had that happen. I've had a woman yell at me in public. Well, I have like a staring problem where like
What
I
did she
don't mean
say?
to, but I'll kind of like if someone's
just
yelling
doze
out loud,
off.
Miss
Yeah.
Girl, I'm gonna look. So I'm looking at Miss Girl,
yeah.
and she's like, what are you
Miss
looking
Girl.
at? Oh my God. Sorry, ma'am. All right, but what is Reddit's vote? Because I think she's in the wrong.
Definitely in the
I think
wrong.
she's in the wrong, but I don't think she knows.
Yeah.
And Reddit's vote?
She's in the wrong.
Yay! Everybody's the worst. All right. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have some entertainment news. So stay tuned for that.
This is Charles Dodge.
See, Upper Montclair, that was just a little vibe, you know. I was kind
Really
of
nice
vibing to
vibe.
that song. I don't even know what it was, but you know, it was fun. I liked that. But now we have some entertainment news to keep you guys entertained. All right, so The Little Mermaid live action adaptation will be finished sooner than we thought. Disney has been teasing the live action of The Little Mermaid for what seems like forever now. Now, only a few months away from its premiere date of May 26th, 2023, fans are clamoring for new information about the upcoming film. Collider had the chance to sit down with the director, Rob Marshall. During this interview, that Marshall confirmed that the film is on track to be finished by March 2023. So very exciting stuff. If you guys are Little Mermaid fans, that's very exciting.
Yeah, so excited.
Next month.
Yeah.
I can't
Next
wait for
month.
that. I can't wait.
Yeah, wow. It's already, y'all, time is a concept for real. Like, how is
It really is. Like
Yeah.
you really have to sit and like think, what? Like
like how is
real?
this already happening? But that's really awesome. Like, you know, Little Mermaid was one of my favorite Disney princess movies growing up, if not my favorite, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, then Tangled became my favorite.
Oh yeah.
honestly,
I was
but-
a huge what Disney princess were you guys like obsessed with when you were younger?
I was obsessed with Rapunzel, just like she's my favorite, but I just have always related with Anna from Frozen, and like I always like she's my favorite. I kind of have like a little like red hair too, so it's like, you know.
I was a huge Cinderella girl. I
Wow.
was huge. Mind you, it wasn't even,
Classic.
and it was just like, oh my god, like I don't have the blonde hair and stuff, but like then I got into Beauty and the Beast a little bit. I was like, okay, like a little brunette here. But Cinderella, yeah, oh my gosh, I love that song. Live action was amazing.
Oh, it was
and
so
was
good.
the anniversary one.
The anniversary was so good.
It was amazing.
Yes.
Rita Moreno did great. Her did amazing. She looks stunning.
That end piece where she came out on the guitar was just,
That
it was,
makes me so
yeah.
shook. I was like, oh my god, she was awesome. But yeah, Cinderella was my go-to though when I was a kid. Always. always.
How do you feel about the Cinderella remakes? Like all those random ones?
Oh, I watched like every single one, even the bad ones, just because I love the storyline. But I think it should have ended with Selena Gomez. Because the Hilary Duff one was awesome. I still watch it to this day. The Hilary Duff
Wait,
one.
Selena Gomez was Cinderella.
She was in another Cinderella story. Yeah, it was
Oh,
with the guy that was like, what's his name? With Drew
Joey Parker.
Joey
Joey
Parker.
Parker.
Joey Parker. Yeah, but I love that. But I like the remakes.
What
I
was
like
the
remakes.
Princess Protection Program?
Oh, that was
Oh,
a good one. I think it wasn't anything with like Disney princesses, but it was with Demi Lovato, and like her country was unfortunately taken over by this like really bad guy, and so then she had
Oh
to
my
move
God.
with like an
And
agent.
Disney's getting real, y'all.
Disney, to be honest though, Disney's plots, like when we were kids, like I feel like they were so much better back then. Like where's the
Yeah,
where's
those
the
movies-
pizzazz? and the
Those
creativity?
movies were so good. Starstruck was
was-
such a good movie. If anyone's
I
watched
was
that.
I was obsessed with the first Descendants movie. Like when that came out, I watched it like
Seen it.
I watched I wasn't watching Disney movies at that point, but I did watch it because everyone was like talking
Yeah.
about it. I thought it was good. I thought the storyline was good. I didn't even know it was a book.
everything after that. Like I don't know, like Descendants 2 on, like I don't, but like 1 was like my jam.
That was your first one. That was
Yeah.
your favorite.
I mean,
Aw.
nothing compares to like High School Musical and
That's
all
true,
those
though.
movies. Like
Love-
those are just the classics.
I loved all their old movies. It was Smart House, High School Musical. There was The Color of Friendship. There was one with Brenda Song when she was a kid before she even was on Sweet Life. I forgot
Really?
it was. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I forgot what it
Oh.
was called. It was like something like snow. It was like a snow day type of movie. It was a long
That's
time
cute.
ago.
Now I want to just like binge watch all the old Disney movies just to feel something.
Oh, Ultimate Christmas
Oh.
Present. That's what it was called. Yeah. But
I-
no, they had a lot. Disney Plus has all those like movies.
I will
still.
be doing that later.
Oh.
But what are y'all's favorite Disney princesses?
I've always been a big Mulan fan.
Oh, I love
Oh,
Mulan.
I
yes.
love
Like
Mulan.
those movies hit. The songs hit. The story hits.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I like Mulan.
No, I love Mulan.
Me
That's a great. I
too.
haven't seen the live action yet. I want to.
Oh yeah, I
didn't-
forgot that they even did that.
I didn't
So-
even know
oh,
those.
So many, I can't keep track.
Yeah.
What about you, Emmy?
I was always an Ariel girl at heart. If I could literally work
Yes.
at Disney for the rest of my life, like I literally would. Like I'm so obsessed with Disney. I'm like a diehard Disney fan.
I love that. What about you, Riley?
Okay, so technically Alice is a Disney princess under Disney
Ooh, okay.
circumstances. So Alice in Wonderland.
Love that. I love Alice. That's a great movie.
I liked Alice,
and
in
I
Wonderland.
loved
It's
the
a
book.
classic.
Loved the book. When I grew up, I always read the book just because I loved it so much.
Awesome.
Lara, we need to hear from you. What is your favorite Disney
Yeah, our
princess?
producers in studio, guys.
I am in studio. I'm back. I loved Belle as a kid
Mm.
because I'm like, oh my god, she's brunette like me.
Right.
Oh no, I had the same. Yeah, like that was me too. Though.
Right,
Like
that's how I was.
So I'm like, oh my god, she looks like me and she's smart. Not the whole like captive thing because that wasn't smart because Homegirl could have just like
no,
left.
seriously.
Like, looking
she
back.
cared about her father.
She did. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know. I feel like she could have done some scheming stuff and just kind of
She could find a way with it.
She read a lot of books. I mean,
Yeah,
She did.
she did. But yeah,
She turned a boy into a man. Well, a beast into a man, technically, but like, you know, he
She
was
didn't
kind
need
of
no man.
She didn't need no man.
And
That's
that
very
beast
true.
Was a man. That was a man.
First of all, I got a
She
bone
was
to pick
Oh,
with how Adam. First of all, who's Adam? He's the beast.
the beast.
But why is he a ginger? No offense to gingers. Why
That's
is
I'm gonna
true.
That was a creative choice.
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
be so real though. Like the way he was yelling at her throughout the movie, like that, I could not fall in love with that. Like,
I was
No.
thinking, I'm like looking back at it, like this is not okay.
No, seriously, you look back at it now, it's like, technically you're not supposed
Like,
to stay.
watching the 30th anniversary, and they put the clips in, like, and he was just yelling all the time, and I
It's
was like,
definitely a different perspective.
I was
now.
like, man, like, how did, like, I would not be putting up with that. Sorry.
But that's why
No.
Flynn Rider's the best. He's
True.
true.
Yeah.
I don't even care that he's animated. Like,
True.
just get it.
Sometimes I wish these guys weren't animated.
God, he was funny. He was so great, and I just loved Tangle, like just as like a
Tangled
whole
was
movie
a
in
very
general.
good film.
Yeah, and Frozen too. Those were definitely like not the second Frozen, like Frozen as well.
Oh,
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I always loved Anna. Like she's me, I'm her.
No, Sarah, these Disney movies, they get you crying too
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Encanto, oh my gosh.
Oh, Encanto was
Encanto
so.
had me
We don't
crying.
talk about Bruno.
No.
That's such a good movie.
It was such a good film.
That one was good. I worked at a daycare last year, and I have those songs memorized because I had
Because
to
the
listen to
kids-
them every day.
They're so crazy with that. I don't know what
Yeah.
they put in that song, but
I
it's
liked,
like their
I
anthem.
liked that one about the fish.
The wait, it's at the tip of my tongue. I know what you're
I don't
talking
remember what it
about.
was called, but that was it. Oh, Luca.
Luca,
I haven't seen
yes.
that.
Luca's
Mm.
amazing. The soundtrack was really good too. Like it was like a lot of Italian songs, of course, but in like
The
their
Italian
language.
rep that we definitely needed.
I have to say they did a great job with that. They're
Coco
playing-
hurts.
Oh, Coco hurt so bad.
I want you guys to know when I watched that movie for the first time, I bawled my
It's really
eyes
sad.
out, and every time I watch it, I cry.
I
I'm like,
literally watch Coco and I'm like, I think of my
The-
grandparents and I
yes,
just
me
want
too.
them.
That's literally me.
I preferred the Book of Life.
I've never seen that.
Seen it.
I haven't either.
That's such a good one.
Is
It's
that a
so
Dis-
good. It's not Disney, no, but I think it was
Oh.
I liked it way better.
It's
Like
definitely- I remember like seeing the pictures of it and stuff. It's like kind of the same,
it's the same. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
very similar.
very similar. I never seen it though.
Look at
It's
all
a
of
good
us
watch. It's a good
just
watch.
geeking about
Anyway.
Disney movies.
I mean, I'm such a that's Disney's just so good.
Yeah.
Oh, we could talk about this for hours, but we should
Yeah.
probably move on because we have a lot
Yeah.
more stuff to talk about. But you know, Disney, it's great.
But we are moving on to universal type of topics here. So we're
Okay.
looking at Harry Potter. Hogwarts Legacy Games makes
History.
history, which get it, because J.K. Rowling is transphobic, for the Harry Potter universe. Interesting. All right. So, a hotly anticipated new video game set in the Harry Potter universe appears to feature a trans character, which would be first for the entire franchise. Hogwarts Legacy is an action role-playing game in which players explore Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and other locations of the universe. During one in-game quest, players meet Serona Ryan, owner of the Three Broomsticks pub in Hogsmeade. Is that how you pronounce
Yeah,
it?
it's Hogsmeade.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry, I'm not a Harry
No,
Potter.
it's fine. You're
enthusiast.
good.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Last semester, like I said, Dobby, and everyone's like,
Wait, it's not Dobby.
It's
It's
Dobby.
Dobby. Everyone's like, it's not Dobby.
Oh, see, you learn something new every day.
You do.
All right. So, though the characters don't specifically say she's trans, a line of her dialogue leads players to make their own conclusion. Serona says about a goblin the player is pursuing, quote, hadn't seen him in years when he came in a few months ago, but he recognized me instantly, which is more than I can say for some of my own classmates. Took them a second to realize I was actually a witch, not a wizard. Nice.
That was
Okay.
good. I like that.
Okay, listen, this game I feel so hotly about because I'm a huge gamer. And I'm not gonna go into a lot of the stuff. Like there's
Do it.
so much behind this game, like that it looks in like I wanted to play it, but I feel so bad because there's so much behind this game and there's so much drama behind this game. And I feel bad if I bought it. Like that's the thing.
What's the drama?
Yeah, what's
Spill
the
the
tea?
tea,
Spill some-
girl.
just a
Okay.
little tea, just a little.
Anti-Semitic.
Oh, this
a
is
problem.
serious.
Oh.
thing.
So, like we're getting very serious. It's about like goblins taking over Hogwarts,
Mm.
right? And a lot of people are saying like, goblins are an anti-Semitic caricature is the right word, I believe.
Yeah.
And that the game is very anti-Semitic and like the goblins in Harry Potter are anti-Semitics, but
oh my gosh.
and then
know that.
obviously the
what
whole
is J.K. Rowling doing? I'm
and then
sorry.
obviously the whole J.K. Rowling is transphobic, and if you buy the game, you're feeding into transphobia. Is that what a lot of people are saying?
Wow.
Wow.
But the issue is that a lot of people are fighting back with now is that she had nothing to do with the game.
Hmm.
So people are like,
I can see why in some cases she might not have anything to do with it, but I think she would have to know stuff about it at least.
But isn't she transphobic? Wasn't
She
that like
is.
called out? Like
she is. She had said if you like read her books, you agree with her, which is a very weird statement. And I can't say that that's something that you can like agree with. Like you can,
no, you
yeah.
can't, you can't
say
say
such
you
a bold
agree.
statement like that, especially when you have millions of readers.
Yeah. So a lot of
Millions.
the issues, like if you buy the game, And now, because of this conversation, a bunch of transphobic people are buying the game to get to #1 just because they are transphobic. Like, this is a
Oh,
huge, like, there are people who are like,
That's so
I kind of
horrible.
just want to play the game because it looks interesting. And there are people who are like, I don't like that trans people are making this conversation. So now I'm going to buy the game.
Yikes.
So
We can't even just play video games these
it's
days.
really like people, there's like a website that
People
someone
can't even play video
no,
games.
like there's a
these
website
days.
that someone made where it's like called like have your
Yeah.
streamer play that wizard game, and like you type in the streamer's name and it tells you if they played it, and then people are harassing the streamers who are playing this game.
I'm not a gamer at all, but the fact that that's how deep things go are like being viewed, it's very
No,
heartbreaking.
like I'm a huge like, and I still want to play this game, but like
Yeah.
it's really rough right now because like
Yeah.
it's like
That's
morally rough
heartbreaking.
right now because like I don't feel like there's not been a game that like makes you feel this bad about playing it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of you learn something new
Yeah,
every day.
It's
I
the
didn't
only
know
reason why I
about
know is
this.
because I'm a huge gamer. That's it. Like that's the only reason why I have
It
that
sounds
input.
like
It's
it sounds like you
very-
have to pirate it.
Right.
Yes.
People are saying you're bad for
Alright.
pirating it too. Like,
well, you can't win everything.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like you're
That's true.
saying in chat, like I want to play it. Now I'm getting like I'm in the same boat. Like I'm like it comes out tomorrow, and I'm like, do I buy it?
Oh, it's not even out yet.
It comes out tomorrow, but if you pre-ordered the
things are
deluxe
happening on
if
your
you
birthday.
pre-ordered the deluxe version, you had 72-hour access to it.
That's
Oh wow.
So people
Listen.
have been playing it, and it's very controversial because like it only has like 28 spells, and people are like, a Harry Potter game only has 28, but like that's not what we're here for. It's just like the
I
whole
think it's just
controversy and the
heartbreaking.
transphobia is like
That's hard to get around that.
it
very
really
hard to get
is. Like
around.
it's a
It's
really
very
interesting
heartbreaking.
conversation, and like I feel bad wanting to play it because like the conversation is fair.
I feel like you shouldn't feel bad though. This is just like
Yeah.
in my personal opinion, I just feel like you could play the game and still not be like
what I'm saying.
anti-Semitic or
Like, Some
transphobic.
people might not even like know. You think?
Ultimately, like I think I'm gonna end up playing it, but like and like that's kind of my view on it is like I'm not transphobic, and I like it. Like
Yeah.
I think like and like
It's just
ultimately
a game.
it's like and like people are like, oh, like you're putting like big money into her pocket. Stop going to to Orlando. Stop
That's
going to
true.
Universal. She gets money for the tickets.
To be fair, she already has a lot of money anyway, so at this point
She
it's just
does
like
have
play
a
the
lot,
game.
so it is.
I mean, she's the one
It's
that
such-
created this universe, and it stinks that she's a terrible person. But you know,
This-
I mean,
yeah.
if you love Harry Potter, it's like you can't avoid that she's a terrible person.
This game has been so tiring though because of it, because it's like a constant conversation.
I'm tired. It's Lara. I'm back. First of all, okay, like I know, like her being transphobic, and that's totally awful, and the game having these themes. But at the same time, all I wanted was a Harry Potter
no, me
RPG,
too.
open world
Yeah.
RPG. But now people are like, oh, like you can't play it because you're a trans. I'm tired of social justice warriors trying to give justice to absolutely everybody. Like, please shut up. I just want to play my Harry
No,
Potter game in peace.
I agree. Like ultimately, I think I'm gonna end up buying it tomorrow because I want to play it. Like,
Also, LGBTQ rights. Woo.
yeah, like no, I agree.
Very
Like, right?
true.
It's just that like it's just tiring conversations.
Some
So
people just complain for the sake of complaining. So honestly,
too much
at
complaining.
moral of that
this-
story. Yeah,
that is the
moral of that
moral the
story.
All right, moving on
yes.
to a Texas man, not a Florida man. So
Texas.
this will be
Yeah.
interesting. The Dallas Zoo continues to be on the lookout for missing animals after the man swiped two monkeys. No, if the oppor-
This didn't even happen in Florida. This is a very Florida type of conversation.
this is Texas, and I'm screaming because I love animals. Okay, if the opportunity presented itself again, there's no promise that he would say no. According to the documents, the man said he loves animals and that if he's released from jail, he would steal more. Honestly,
This man
he's
has
me. I am
confidence.
him.
He has a
Him,
lot
honestly.
of confidence.
He ate that anyway. He waited for a he waited for nightfall, jumped a
Nightfall.
fence to get onto zoo grounds, cut the metal mesh of an enclosure, and took the two emperor to Marian monkeys. Wow, that is insane. I want to look up what these monkeys
I
look
was
like. And then
Yeah, what do they
he
look like? I
got on
wanna
the city's
see.
light rail before walking to the vacant home where he said he kept his animals. Can you imagine just him and like two monkeys chilling on the train?
Mustache.
Oh,
You're
I'm looking
so
this up.
cute.
Police found the monkeys the day after they were discovered missing about 15 miles south of the zoo. They're cute.
Aren't they cute?
Wait, they're adorable.
I'd steal them too.
I
I
get it.
I'd
steal him
I
too.
get it.
Stan,
I
he's
get it.
very.
He's me.
Oh my god, this is bizarre. What is going on? in our
Apparently,
world?
they're very graceful, friendly, and playful monkeys too. So
Yay. Yay. Wait, I kind of love them and I don't
They're so
hate him.
cute.
I respect him actually.
Free him.
To save them from. Oh my god.
I love him. For everyone that is listening and can't see what I'm seeing, it's
They're
just a
like-
cute little monkey. He has black fur and a
The
huge
longest-
white mustache. Like
Lorax.
yes,
He does with
exactly
the
like
Lorax.
The modern day Lorax.
And he's adorable and I love him and I want to steal one now.
Honestly, free this guy. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, right. Free my man. Yeah.
This is like the most wholesome man in Texas. Let's be real.
Yeah, sure. He's just wanting to get them out of the zoo, which is like terrible anyway. So
Yeah,
honestly, free them. But they shouldn't be living in a house. We should like let them go into their land and
I agree.
be free.
Yeah, I mean, I can see his intentions. He's very confident
Bye,
though.
Riley.
Like he's like, I'm like, if you guys release me, I'm gonna do it again. Like he's so confident.
It's messy hour and my computer just died.
Oh, you could join Gwen probably if you guys like just like
There we
turn it a
go.
little
Messy
bit.
hour.
But yeah, and we've got even more animal news, you
There you
guys.
go.
School voucher bills make a cat's meow. What? Okay. So there's been a heated debate over school vouchers in the Oklahoma legislature. Two lawmakers filed bills that would allow parents to use taxpayer dollars to pay for their child's private or homeschool education. There's been those that teach climate change, promote animal rights activism, encourage the defunding of police, disparage the Second Amendment, and even more. Those schools will be considered trigger districts. There are even books that contain obscene material and that those have had school staff or volunteers engage in andromorphic behavior, more commonly known as furries. Did I finish reading?
No.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
there's hold on. Districts. Oh my gosh. Districts that teach banned concepts on race or gender and those that violate school bathroom laws or teach about gender identity in a way that promotes gender confusion would also be considered trigger districts. Okay, I don't know. Oh my lord. Are we really gonna talk about furries right now?
Yeah. Obviously.
Are we for real?
Obviously. All right, guys, who's
This
afraid?
is-
No, I'm kidding.
No.
I mean, honestly, those people are happier than me, so kudos to them. Like,
Honestly, they have more money than I ever will, though. To buy those suits are so expensive.
yeah, we are in no judgment zone here on 90.3 WMS from Montclair.
Yeah, if they're happy, like okay, but
I'm
wow.
totally a dolphin. I feel like I want to be so obscure. My persona is a dolphin. I want to be something so obscure. Like I don't want like to be like a wolf or a cat or like the basic stuff. Like I want to be a dolphin. You know what I mean?
I think you would make strides in the furry community.
Oh, thank you. I'm honestly considering like applying. Like, where's the application? Like, I saw a video pop up on my For You page the other day of this girl and this guy. They were so happy in a relationship, and everyone is like, "You guys are too like good looking to be doing this. Like, you guys look normal." Like, and like,
Yeah.
and I saw this one comment was like, "Listen, they're happier than me, so like, let them be." And I was like, honestly, respect to that. Like, they are just, you know, living their life, and like they're furries on the side. Like, who cares? I mean, it's hilarious.
I think I would choose a blobfish because
Yes.
it's strange.
So good. Yes, let's just all be like aquatic animals.
I think I'd choose that monkey.
Yeah.
actually.
Yes,
This
so
is-
true.
Oh my god.
What about you, Emmy?
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of have to go with Gwen on that. That monkey would be so much fun. Like being
Yeah.
stolen by a Texas man too.
That's
That would be
true as
fun
well.
too.
I'd
That's also
probably have a
horrifying.
mustache.
oh my gosh, no. This is-
Angela, what's your persona? You have to pick.
No
You have to
comment.
pick.
Just we can't move on until you pick.
You have to pick.
What furry I would want to be?
Yes.
Are you
I
serious?
think a dolphin. Like it could be the most outrageous thing. But, well, what
No.
animal do you connect with the most? Because I connect with dolphins for real.
Dogs, like puppies.
It would be a dog persona.
Oh wait, no, that's like
I can't. Crazy.
Man, I'm kind of living.
Amanda.
can we look up a furry convention?
I'm actually down. When's FurryCon? Like, what about you, Lara? What's your persona?
Our producers.
I'm back. I don't know what I would be. I love sharks, but I don't think I embody a shark.
Oh, but that'd be fun though.
You know, I
But, like
think, oh my
you
God,
can,
you
you know.
like baby sand sharks.
Yes, they're so cute. I love
sharks.
sharks. I
I would
love
be like-
sharks.
Oh wait, like the ones in the touch tank. I wouldn't be the one in the touch tank because I get too overstimulated in the touch tank.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I'd be on like a beautiful little coast of Costa Rica.
That'd be
And I'll just
fun.
be swimming my little shark dream. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Me and Amanda are just aquatic, like
I
Yeah.
typed in
boat.
Yeah,
Just
just like-
aquatic animals. I don't know. It just makes
I
I typed
always
in
loved
sand
aquatic
shark and the
animals.
first article from 2013 says baby sand tiger sharks devour their siblings while still in the womb. So
Is
Well,
that
good thing I'm the
relatable?
only child.
Mm.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
love that. Well, dolphins, sand sharks, those are all great. Also, I changed my answer to manatee because I love
Nice.
manatees and they're
Oh my-
gigantic and they eat sea kelps, I think. I don't know. I just want to be one. Oh no, I wish I was an animal, guys. Like no worries, no thoughts, just animal stuff. That would be nice. Maybe I am a furry deep down. I don't know. All right, but we're gonna move on. Back to
No.
Texas. We're going right back there.
This is a good one.
Back to the Lone Star State.
Back to Texas.
Back to the movies. You have your tickets, maybe some candy. If you're a fan of the classic movie snack popcorn, you know the delicious buttery smell, which I am
Mhm.
very much a fan of.
Yes.
It may be overprices and maybe just a little bit stale if you're unlucky, but boy, it's delicious. But there's a movie snack that I dare say is popping in Texas, and that's not. Oh,
I knew she was gonna
and that
do that.
snack is pickles. Pickles have been a Texas snack in movie theaters for decades. In New Jersey, what are we doing? There used to be a pickle concession stand in theaters, but for now they come individually wrapped. And if you are not a pickle juice person, they also come drained.
Oh,
This is
wow.
charmingly called a popcorn pickle.
I would
They
eat that
even
up.
have a variety. Do
I
you
think
want
we need
juice or
this.
no juice?
I'm sorry, I would be stealing like the stand. Like I love pickles. I
I
love
mean, you could still bring pickles to the movie theaters. Just sneak it in your bag.
That's honestly fact. I never like.
oh yeah.
I bring up. I bring random things. Like I went to Cold Stone once and brought the entire Cold Stone in my backpack. 'Cause it's like
oh yeah.
they don't check. Like I'm not gonna
No, they
spend
don't.
$40 on a movie and snacks
You
when I could
guys,
just
they,
Yeah.
exactly. They don't check. My family gets so nervous when I do that. Like we used to go all the time.
What are they gonna do if they catch you either? They're not gonna arrest
Honey, I
you.
pack a whole Chick-fil-A meal in my purse.
Exactly.
My mac and cheese, my large fries, like large fry in 12 pieces, not just 4, like a big meal.
think smarter, not harder. You know. Like,
We like used to actually check because I feel like it has been ingrained in our minds so
That it's, like,
badly
illegal.
that like
It's
if you
illegal.
sneak in food, like they're gonna get you. I have never had anybody ever care what was in my bag. Like
Because like all movie workers are teenagers and they do it too, so they don't care.
Exactly. That's the thing. They don't care. Like they help us out, like, hey, I know a guy, I can get you some Chick-fil-A
I'm in the mood
downstairs.
for a pickle now. I
Me
love
too.
pickles.
Try pickles.
try.
I'm not a pickle girl.
Try a pickle.
I don't like pickles.
You've never had a pickle?
No, I mean in like my burger, but it can only be 3 pieces in my burger.
Interesting.
Specifically like 3 pieces. Like that's it.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
But
I
I
can
just-
literally house an entire jar by myself.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
Juice included. Wow, I'm just
not
a
a pickle
pickle
girl.
girl.
I'll
like-
eat the glass too if you make me. Like
Riley, no, you're being for real right now. Like I am appreciating that.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, might as well. Yo, Grillo pickles. Has anyone ever had that
Oh,
brand?
yes.
Yo, shout out Grillo pickles. Love y'all. Everything you've been doing. Keep it up. Keep up the
I
good
need to
work.
be a part of the pickle girl
Next
club.
Tuesday, Grillo Pickles will be
Can you imagine?
catering
You guys
here.
are-
I wanna
Oh,
eat
you
a
have to
catering.
go.
you have to get like a deli pickle, like the huge pickles from the deli. Like
Try a pickle, like actually take a live on radio.
Yes.
And, like just to be like that'll be my
Bright
initiation.
and early at
into
7
the-
a.m.
That'll be my
Yum.
initiation into the pickle girl club.
Kangela, if you have the jar for it, I'll just drink the pickle juice after you have
You can
that.
drink the pickle juice because
You may have to
gotta
fight
take
the rest
baby
of the group.
steps. I gotta try the pickle first.
So good.
Oh my goodness.
I just love it.
Yeah, well, speaking of love, hey, if you don't have a Valentine this year, I don't have a Valentine. No problem. Try a cow. Oh
are they the fluffy cow? You know those really
It's
cute
the-
fluffy cows? Like
no. Oh yes. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. So not only is February 14th Valentine's Day, but it's also Cow Hug Day. So the Animal Welfare Board in India and other cow lovers can now celebrate Cow Hug Day. It is said that it will bring emotional richness and increase individual and collective happiness. Alexa, play For All the Cows by the Foo Fighters. Oh my gosh.
Where'd
Hug
my
a cow
go?
for a day. I mean, I don't have a Valentine, so I might as well. Oh my
Yeah.
God, as depressing as that sounds.
No, it's not
Might as-
depressing. You
It
have
looks
to
so
like,
cute.
though.
yeah.
No, I'm
no,
gonna-
we don't need Valentines.
I'm
We have
gonna-
cows.
I'm gonna embrace it. I found this recipe for chocolate covered strawberries, but they're for dogs, so they're dog safe. So I'm gonna make my dog chocolate covered strawberries. Good Valentine's Day gift.
cute.
Yeah. So yeah,
Where'd you find it?
it was on TikTok. You just type in like dog, like
Chocolate safe too. That's
it's like
actually
yeah, it's
pretty
like dog
cool.
safe. Like it's not actually chocolate. It's like a
Mm.
It's like a sub for them.
Yeah.
because
I
chocolate's
see, I
poisonous
see,
for
I
them.
see.
That's pretty interesting though. That's
Dog.
nice. Hot dog. It's for a cat.
Yeah, I mean, Valentine's Day, I feel like a cow would actually just be awesome.
Right, but where can you find a cow in Morgan
Anywhere in
County?
my town.
Anywhere in your town, but
I'll bring some with me next time. Like,
cow.
no,
do you
I
guys know how many times I've been driving home from work in my town and
you
I get
just
stuck
see-
behind a cow in the middle of the road?
That's
I grew up in a town with
That is
like
very
I grew up in a
typical.
town too where like our high school senior prank, someone brought a cow in the school and just let it roll around like legitimately.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. And
That's
then
so good.
someone brought a pig as well, oiled it up and shot it down the hallway.
Oh my
What?
gosh. Hopefully the pig didn't get hurt.
What?
It
That's
was
crazy.
and you know how like cows can't go upstairs? So like they put it on the
No.
upstairs and it got stuck. It was like
Wait a minute. What? This was your high school?
yeah.
No, because or maybe another school did it, but I remember hearing about a senior prank like this, and it made like
It's just a
huge
common
news.
thing.
No, and it made huge news, and like the entire class like got not expelled, they got like suspended and stuff because it took forever to get the cow down. They had to bring like all this equipment because like you said they can't
They don't go
they
down,
don't
yeah.
go down.
Who knew?
Maybe it's common, or that was your high school. That
It wasn't because no one got like and we just got senior pranks banned. Like
Oh.
senior pranks were just banned for everyone other grade afterwards.
Oh,
so
okay.
Wow.
Guys, if you want to hug a cow though, Applegate Farm, the ice cream place over here,
Yeah?
doesn't it have like the cow in the front, the fake
Yes,
cow?
it
I guess it's a fake
Like,
cow.
so hug that fake cow. Why not?
Might as well go hug a fake cow.
Oh, I love them. Now I'm just next time I go home, I'm just gonna go to a random farm and just start hugging all the farm animals.
The fact that she said she just gets stuck behind a cow and she's driving, I've never heard.
Oh,
That's
it's
I've never
happened
heard of
many
that.
times. Many.
Many times.
I have a question for Amanda. Like
Oh.
you said, there's a lot of cows where you're from. Can you just pull over and start petting the animals?
It like not necessarily because they're like other people's farms and they might have like electric wires, but
Yeah.
there used to be cows on where I live, there's like a road and like on the turn of the road, there was just like cows free roaming. They would just like they kind
Like
of like live.
squirrels up here, like they just
No,
roam
not that
around.
they were just roaming. Like obviously someone owned them, but it wasn't very like farm like, and that's where the cows would always get lost. That's why they're always on my road. But like you could go close
Wow.
up enough to them. I mean, there's a woman on my road who has llamas, so there's like llamas on my road.
I mean, I'm gonna have to spend the day over like that. in
Yeah,
your
y'all gotta
area.
come
That sounds
over.
So cool.
It's fun, you know. Like growing up, like I wouldn't trade it for the world. Just being able to like live like in nature and by all these farm animals. It's a little like,
I think it's
crazy,
better, honestly.
but it was fun.
It sounds so nice, and the fact that it's New Jersey, it's so like it's such a different New Jersey. You really do get a little bit of everything in Jersey. You know, you got country, you got city, you got the beach.
I
like,
said that in my class the other day. I was
it's
like,
a little bit of everything.
you go up to where I am, it's kind of like Texas. But like you go like here and it's just like you're like in the city. It's
Oh yeah, you literally be like, oh yeah, I'm from New York, and it's like you have
New
to
York.
go through the bridge and everything. No, yeah,
It's
a little bit
crazy.
of everything. That's really cool though.
it is. But we're moving on to the Florida man. So you know, we couldn't leave you guys hanging. There had to be a Florida man story. We're not just gonna
Yeah,
talk
of
about the
course.
Texas man and not have the Florida man. But you know, Florida man, he is at it again. James Mucciaccio of Mucciaccio
Muchacho.
of Deerfield Beach, Florida, drove his Ferrari 360 off the end of a dog in Palm Beach after a confrontation with a police officer. A more recent report on the incident has outlined Muchaccio's motivation to be religious in nature. James escaped the vehicle before it sank and was rescued by two fishermen who turned him over to the waiting policeman. The officer then told him what compelled him to sink his Ferrari. James told the police officer, quote, Jesus told me to drive through a small gate and into a 6-foot window. Jesus made me the smartest man on earth. And it's so hard to have this much responsibility. He then reportedly called the officer and can I say this? Like, is that mean to say? Like, that's kind of, I feel like he's an, yeah, okay, no, I know it's not a slur, but I just feel like that's like kind of mean.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I know
he's
what you're
an-
saying.
he said that he's an Egyptian who doesn't believe in Jesus, which also I just like, to me, I'm not saying that I couldn't say it because it's like not politically correct. I just
But
feel
it's
like it's
still wrong.
rude.
It
Like,
is
how could you say
rude.
to someone like, "Oh, you're this person and you don't believe in Jesus"?
Like
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, Mans has definitely got something going on up there. We
the
hope he's.
fact that he
How
thought
did-
Jesus.
How
Yeah.
did he get a Ferrari?
That's true.
Yeah, how was he able to get a Ferrari? 'Cause
Florida
with
men are
that brain
upgrading.
cell- with those brain cells of his, I don't think no.
Yeah,
Unless
I
he
mean,
rented it for the day or something.
that's true. But then that's
That sounds like a Florida thing, rents it for the night,
I rented a U-Haul when I was in Florida. That was fun.
There you
I
go.
think you just yeah.
I didn't drive it into anything, but
No, you didn't drive it into anything, thank God.
Also, good deal actually for anyone interested. Rent a U-Haul, so much cheaper.
That's what
and
everyone
I had the
says.
experience of riding in a U-Haul truck. I felt pretty cool.
People say that when you rent a U-Haul like for vacation, it's so much better than
It
renting
is.
a
It's
like an
cheaper by
actual
the
car.
day, and also not only that, I had a good time. We just plugged into the aux cord and we were jamming out in the U-Haul truck with me and my friend listening to Britney Spears. Like, we were the last two people that would be expected to be in one of those
You could
things.
even like decorate the U-Haul just for the time being. So, some like little pink. and-
Yeah, it
make
was
it
fun.
girly. Make it a girly U-Haul.
No, it was a good time. But as for this guy, I mean, was he in the car when he drove it into the water? Like, or
He got out
he got
before he could
out.
get it.
Because that's kind of horrifying.
Got out
Oh,
before it was sink. Oh,
that's, like,
okay.
my
so
biggest
he got had
fear.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, like, every time I'm on a bridge, I'm like, if this car falls, I
Yeah.
can't swim, and then
Oh
I'll
my
probably die.
God.
And
It's such a bad. A lot of people have like really bad anxiety with that. Like they literally
One time I
they
was
can't
going.
drive on a bridge.
Oh no, yeah. One time I was going down the shore with my family when I was like 13.
Mhm.
And I'm already someone that doesn't like being stuck in places. I'm very claustrophobic. Don't like being
Mm.
stuck. And there was the bridge when you go down the shore, obviously, and the
Yes, I
bridge
know
went
which one you're
up.
talking-
So we were stuck on the bridge for 5 minutes while the boats went through, and I started having a full-blown panic
Oh.
attack. And
How close were you guys to the opening?
we
of
were like the car right there. And so I'm
Oh,
starting
that's
to have a
kinda
panic attack.
nerve-wracking, Yeah.
Yeah, and I
So
couldn't
you
breathe.
feel it.
And I wanted to get out of the car, but at the same time, we were like standing right over the ocean so
That
high
would
up,
make
so I
it
couldn't get
worse.
out.
It would make it worse.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was terrifying. So I cannot even imagine how that guy just drove off the pier into the water, but apparently Jesus told him to. So,
Jesus really told you to do
and
that.
that's that. But thank
Yeah.
you everybody so much for listening to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It is currently 9 o'clock in the morning. So, it's about that time. We got to get our day started.
Yes, we do.
We hope y'all have a fantastic day. If you want to listen to us again on the Morning Buzz, we'll be here every Thursday, and we have the Morning Buzz tomorrow, the Friday crew. Shout out to them. And it's Lara's birthday buzz.
It's
so-
double birthday buzz
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, shout out Ben
Shout out to
Tomaszewski, sportscaster on the Morning Buzz. Happy early birthday. But we hope you guys have a great day, and we will catch you next Thursday. Bye-bye.